there. I was working. And today that's the topic, work. So we've got lots of nice vocabulary for you. And I also wanted to say thank you very much because we've now got 100 subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing. Let's get going. Off we go. Let's get to work.
Let's take a look at some vocabulary associated with work. We're going to start with a few jobs, all right? So I'm thinking of retraining as a plumber. Apparently, you can earn a good living if you are self-employed. Now, a plumber is someone who repairs things to do with water in your house. For example, maybe your tap is broken in the kitchen, or maybe your toilet is broken and you have to call the plumber. My sister works for a firm of lawyers. She says I may be able to do an internship there next summer. So if you have a group of lawyers working together, we say a firm of lawyers. So lawyers do things like write contracts for you if you're buying a house, or if you've got legal problems, you go to a lawyer. My brother is a real bookworm, so he's decided to become a librarian. Okay, so a librarian is someone who works in the library and helps you when you're going to borrow the books in the library. And a bookworm is someone who loves reading. Jack did a degree in politics at university and now he's planning on becoming a career politician. I'm not sure I'll ever vote for him though, as he has some pretty weird ideas. So here, you know, it's a politician who's gonna like work for his whole life or her whole life as a politician. They're gonna take it very seriously. So be careful of the pronunciation, politician. I'm currently at nursing school and I want to become a midwife. Nursing school, okay, is a school where you learn to become a nurse, and then maybe you specialize, and in this case, the person is specializing delivering babies, a midwife. But be careful because a nursery is not a school for learning to be a nurse. A nursery school is a kindergarten where little children go. My uncle is a carer at the local nursing home. He's so kind and gentle with the elderly residents. Here is another word that maybe could be confusing. Nursing home, this is like a residence for elderly people. And a carer is someone who looks after people in this kind of home. I'm really good with numbers, so I'm planning to become an accountant. All right, so an accountant is a person who maybe does invoices for you, prepares your accounts, works with all the money matters in your company. The general noun is accountancy. So the person is an accountant and the noun of the activity is accountancy. My aunt is a scientist. She's doing scientific research into the causes of global warming. Yeah, this is a big issue these days. So the person is called a scientist and the whole subject is called science. And be careful because scientific is an adjective, so we can't say she is a scientific. No, she is a scientist and she's doing scientific research. My niece is a heart surgeon. She works really long hours and often does the night shift. However, she finds her job very rewarding. So a surgeon, she works and she does operations on people's hearts in this case. Okay, so that's a surgeon. Interestingly, a surgeon, we say the surgeon works in the theatre, okay, because the place where the surgeon performs is called the theatre. It's very strange because it sounds like acting, but it's not. In this case, it's the place where they do operations. And we've got some other language in this sentence. She works really long hours, so she has, a really long schedule, all right? And she does the night shift. This means sometimes she has to work at night. It's a quite hard job, but it's rewarding. Yeah, she feels good about working in this area. There are over 100 applicants for the marketing job, but they have asked me for an interview, so I'm really pleased. Applicants are people who apply for a job. Okay, so if you apply for a job, you are an applicant. Steve always arrived late for work at the office and eventually he got the sack. Okay, so he was a bad worker and in the end the company said goodbye, we don't want you anymore, and they asked him to leave. Okay, so this is very bad. He got the sack. I'm absolutely fed up with my boss, so I've decided to resign. Okay, so you're in a really bad situation at work, you don't like your boss, and you say, okay, that's it, I'm finishing. So you make the decision and you leave the company, you resign. Okay, so it's different from sack, where the company asks you to leave. Resign is where you decide to leave. The factory owner had to make 10 employees redundant because of a fall in demand. Now, in this situation, the company has a problem and they have to say to the workers, I'm really sorry, but you can't work here anymore. We're going to make you redundant. So it's different from sack, because in sack, you did something wrong, but with redundant, it's that the company has a problem. So usually if they make you redundant, they will pay you compensation. Okay, but if you are sacked, you don't get compensation. I've decided to take a few weeks off work this summer so I can really disconnect. I'm feeling totally burnt out. Yeah, so to take time off work is to have a little holiday. Yeah, maybe it's a holiday, or maybe maybe you have time off to, in this case, you really need the time to relax, you're very tired, you are burnt out. When the academy I was teaching at closed down, a group of us decided to set up a cooperative. Luckily, we've done really well and have lots of students. Okay, so here, to set up a cooperative, to set up a company, is to start a company. I get on with all my workmates. We have a real laugh in the office. So workmates are colleagues, yeah, the people that you work with. And it is really important. If you get on well, then I think you can have a really nice time at work. We've decided to take on some extra staff during the summer because we expect to be busy. Okay, so to take on extra staff is to employ extra staff to cover extra duties in the office. My granddad is planning to travel the world when he retires. I really envy him. So to retire is when we are 65, we stop working and we get a pension. Now, I've prepared you some exercises. You've got a word wall exercise where you can match up the vocabulary with the sentences, with the gaps, all right? Now, this is really good because it's very active, so you can drag. You can find the link to this activity in the description of the video. So I hope you enjoy that. And as I say, this is all vocabulary that could come up in the exam. So I hope you enjoy all of that. Bye.